Hey, what's up, everybody? Weeman here on another episode of A Little Revolution.
And I'm Pancho.
Of course you are, dude.
Yeah. Welcome to our show.
I think by now people know you're Pancho.
Yeah, of course. I hope so.
It says Weeman and Pancho in the title.
Well, definitely when we're together, people know us apart. But when we're not, it's Weeman or fucking some other dude.
Oh, yeah. And wait till there's three of us together. So I might be a little slow today.
Yeah. What you were at birthday party yesterday.
Preston Lacey's birthday last night.
Nice.
And we didn't go big like we used to, but we tied some on. We were at Al Wazir, Greek Mediterranean food, really good.
I love Greek food.
Oh, it was so good. And then, so Steve-O came, Rick Cossack came, everybody came, but after dinner, all the sober guys went home, and we went to the Frolic Room.
Oh, nice.
And we had some fun. We were doing, did some sing-along karaoke with the jukebox.
Okay.
So that was a good time.
Well, good.
But
Is
yeah.
there any frolicking going on?
No frolicking.
Any hijinks? No one got
No
into
hijinks,
anything?
nothing. The only thing that sucks is when you're walking down Hollywood Boulevard and you're this stature.
And you're with Preston.
And with Preston. Oh, and Dave England. The people freak out.
Yeah, but Dave England, I get. If you're a huge like Jackass fan, you know all three of you. But if you're just you kind of randomly watch it, Preston walking down Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, it's a show. It's a show.
Picture show.
It's a picture show. It's a cars pulling over, almost getting into accidents show.
Yelling shit out.
Oh, it's drive-by yelling the whole time. So, had fun. A little rough today.
Is Preston into that?
Yeah, he doesn't mind it.
Okay.
He's cool with it. He doesn't mind it. He does get aggravated real quick. His fuse is short. I just let it go. Like, I'm even to a point now, and my fuse has gotten super long.
Yeah, I get pretty bummed on it too when I'm on Hollywood Boulevard, and like people are calling me Wee Man, and then arguing with me about it. That when I'm like, sorry, dude, it's not me. They're like, oh, it's you.
Really? Now it's going to be even harder. Everyone, you may or may not know, Brad has the Jackass, or not Brad. I just called you Brad.
Brad who?
I don't know. Pancho has the Jackass tattoo on his wrist.
There's a reasoning behind it.
There's a big story.
Yeah, there's a story behind it, but we talked about it last time. Enough about me, enough about you.
Yeah, let's get to who we're really here for.
Let's get to
today's
the main
guest,
course.
The main course.
Oh, yeah.
Our main guest today, he's a funny guy. He's not too tall of a guy. He's a great guy. Comedian.
Big time
superstar.
Yeah.
Brad Williams.
Yeah, Brad.
Oh
What's up, Brad? How are you, bud?
We are making podcast history today.
Oh, yeah.
You know what they say?
Get all comfy. Get all comfy. It's going to be a long ride.
This is the first podcast ever where all three people on the podcast can fit in the thumbnail photo. We're all just in there like, oh, shit. Now, this will finally put to bed the rumors that there are actually three of us. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people assume that, Pancho's you, or I'm you, or basically that we're you.
Pancho.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, yeah, you're the skater. And we were just kind of talking outside that we were kind of going through our characteristics, and like, it's hard because like, oh, okay, so it's the one with the beard. No, nope. we all have beards. Okay, beards. The one with tattoos. Okay, well that's two of you. Yeah. Okay, the one that skates. Okay, well that's two of you. All right, the one that does stand up. All right, well that's two of us. All right, the one that's married.
That's two of you guys.
The one that has kids. The ones that you don't know about. So it's like we all are like two of us have the thing, so it's even hard for us.
Pancho said the other time, he goes, he loves not when we're at the comedy place with him, but when he shows up and he's the only little person comedian, and there's like a short dude there.
Yeah.
And the short dude guy just goes, well, there goes my short jokes.
Yeah.
And Pancho's like, yeah, and eat a dick too, and that's what you get.
Exactly. There's a comic named Drew Landry, and Drew has some short jokes, and we've been on the same show before. And the same things happen where I walked in. He goes, "Well, fuck! Like, I can't go on stage now and be like, it's tough being 5'2", and it's like, fuck off, Drew."
And dudes are usually like, "Oh man, like now that you're here, I can't do my short stuff," and I'm just like, "Good, don't. Have a nice set."
Now let's see if you're a real comic. Let's see what else you got.
Here's another one for that short guys can't do that we can definitely. How old are you, Brad?
I'm 39.
You're 39?
I know, I'm getting up there.
No, you're a youngin'. You haven't reached what Pancho and I have reached. We have both now reached that our age is the number's bigger than our height.
Oh, that's a big day for a little person.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
It's a game changer.
Punch just crossed that path
I just turned 47.
Okay.
On August 7th, so
Yeah, so the crazy part is I forget that, I mean, because I knew you, Pancho, in terms of you, before I knew about Weeman, because Jackass hadn't come out yet. I was in junior high, but all my friends were into skating, and they called me Pancho in junior high because everyone had your videos, and it's like, oh, that's the skate, and then you started getting bigger and bigger with the stuff that you were doing. So now they're like
the midget of the moment.
Yeah, there's always one. Right now, Dinklage is on top. You know, you had a hell of a run, dude. You had a hell of a run.
What do you mean? Just
Top
put out
Dwarf.
another movie.
Hell of a run as Top Dwarf, and now Dinklage has it. So hopefully one of us can come for his title, but. Hell of a run, dude.
I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back from him.
Trust me, I want you to, because right now...
I do too.
Yeah, because right now there's more dwarves on this podcast than there are in the new Snow White movie. And that's probably due to Peter Dinklage.
Yep, and I've been taking stand for that.
Good man.
We've had
some talks about that.
We've had talks about it.
Good man.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my throne and I'm gonna change the world. I'm gonna make Disney redo the movie.
Damn right.
Just lose it all on that one, which they can do. It's not gonna affect them.
Yeah, exactly.
And redo the movie.
It's a fairy tale, so that means they don't own the rights to a fairy tale.
No way.
So you can do it with actual little people. Hell, you can do it as a porn parody if you want to. And
I think
they have done a few of those.
Yeah, they've done a few of those.
Did you get calls for any of those?
I didn't get a call for those.
I got a call.
Neither.
I got a call. I didn't say yes to it, but I got a call. Yeah, the ones that I get called that I've gotten calls for, whenever there's a porn parody that they need a little person, they reach out to me, and then I got Jerry Springer every year. Every year they would ask, like, "Hey man, so you got any stuff going on in your life? Like, you got secrets you want to reveal? Any crazy stories?" I'd be like, "Nah, I'm good. Still touring. Still fine.
Everything's funny still.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
It's not sad and desperate yet."
That's crazy. After the second movie, I believe it was our best movie, Jackass 2. This is in early 2000s. Preston and I actually went on Jerry Springer to promote the movie.
Really?
And we showed bits and stuff.
Yeah.
And the whole production came to us and said, "Oh my God, this was the best day on the job ever because we're laughing. And this is the first time we've laughed so much."
Oh,
and we thought about, we're in the green room with people crying and finding like different things. And we're like, wow, that must be the toughest job, that every day somebody's life is changing dramatically.
For the negative.
Yeah,
for the worst.
Yeah,
It's not like, oh, I'm the person that delivers children, or you know, or it's like, oh, I'm the person that hands out the lottery numbers, where it's like, oh, you see someone on their best day. Like, no, this is someone's worst day. They just found out that their partner is cheating on them, and their partner isn't the gender that they thought they were.
Oh, God.
And they're not the partner of the children they're about to give birth to.
Exactly. You are not the father. So,
Hey, do you want a midgie from a midgie?
How can I turn it down?
These are Tootsie Roll midgies.
Oh, trust me. I remember whenever it was elementary school, they've had these for a while. Whenever it was elementary school, around Halloween time, that joke would come back every year, and I'm totally fine with it. But I've never had one from one.
Yeah.
So
we're trying to get sponsorship here, dude.
We're
building.
Yeah.
Tootsie Roll. You got like 3 out of the 4 biggest dwarves in show business right here. Let's let's throw some money at us. Why not?
Not even just show business, entertainment.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dwarves and Entertainment, I don't even know if it's going to be out yet. It won't be, but I can still kind of talk about it. I shot something with the great Tony Cox, and
I saw a picture of that.
Yeah, I got to do something with him. We're doing a
movie, TV, commercial.
We're doing a commercial together, and it was great. The guy had great stories, and it was just. It was kind of shocking for a minute. I totally forgot like how much stuff he's been in,
dude.
Like you go back to Willow, and he's like in that stuff. And
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Like, he's in so much stuff, and you're just like, oh, you have stories about everybody.
Everybody.
A lot of his big scenes are with Bernie Mac, which is amazing.
Yeah,
like Bad Santa.
Yeah, and Bad Santa was one of those things. I loved Bad Santa so much, just because yes, he was playing a dwarf who was an elf. But he had a mouth on him.
Oh man!
And it was like great. Now he's firing back. Now the joke's on the person making fun of him.
Oh, absolutely. And he's like not like that in real life. He's very religious. He's very well spoken. He doesn't curse. So like
he's very chill and just like
he owned it though.
Oh,
he
owned
it.
Absolutely.
On that movie, he owned it.
Yeah. Well,
and Friday too.
Oh, come on.
Friday, he was king of the neighborhood. It went him, then
Mr.
Debo.
Parker, dude.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
went him, then Debo.
Love it. Well, he can definitely be one of the actual dwarves when we remake the movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's already
in.
done.
Yeah, he's in. Because, like, I don't know what your take on it was. My take is, like, people are like, oh, those parts are offensive to little people. And I'm like, okay. No. Here's the thing, though. If you had a bunch of other roles for us to do, okay.
Yes.
But there's not those roles.
That's exactly the way I see it. And it's like, it's people know in Hollywood they're not getting these jobs, and they finally realized it.
Yeah.
So they know when another little person movie comes out, it's almost like cha-ching, I just bought a winning lottery ticket.
Yeah.
I'm going to get paid.
Yep.
And they're waiting for this, and they're excited.
Or Christmas time.
Or Christmas time, yeah.
Dude, commercials about September, October. That's when they start shooting the Christmas commercials. You know, you're getting those elf auditions.
Yep.
And I had friends that made livings off that. Like they counted on that, and then they just kind of stopped doing all that.
And now we're not elves anymore.
Yeah.
And now we're not
CGI.
Yeah.
AI. Everything.
And that's why a lot of the actors are on strike for one of those versions. But for us, it's like, yeah, we need those roles. I saw another little person, Dylan Postal. He's
Hornswoggle?
Hornswoggle, yeah.
I saw that interview.
He was on Piers Morgan, and the guy that he was arguing against, saying that that dwarves shouldn't be in the roles.
Was it Jason Barr or something?
I don't know. This guy was an interesting fella.
Yeah, another little person or
no, like
average-sized person. But the average-sized person was telling Dylan, well, the word dwarf, as we all know, is offensive.
No.
And he's telling that to Dylan, and Dylan's like, no, dude, like that's what we have. We have the chondroplastic dwarfism.
Yeah.
Like and yes, we're all Acons too.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
I'm the Acon. Oh, I mean, of these guys, yeah.
You're the head Acon?
Yeah.
The A of the Acon.
Yeah.
Head Acon in charge.
For those of you who don't know, there's different types of little people, and no, the types aren't elf, leprechaun. Like that's not the type. Yeah. It's like we all have something called achondroplasia.
No, I saw that argument, and like what the guy was trying to say is like it's a fantasy. It's not even real. Like why couldn't they change it? You know, like it might be for the better. Well, you know, we might, and it's like, dude, no,
it's because it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That's the part. Now, like I said, if you just start, because I remember I went out for an audition for a role, and it wasn't a dwarf role. I just did the audition because it was for a guy in his at the time mid-30s that had good comedic timing. I'm like, all right, that's me. I could do that. And I show up, I do the part, I do the audition. The guy says, hey, that was a good audition. And then he says this. The casting director looks at me and goes, but we're really looking for a minority hire. And I go, what's more fucking minority
than a little person.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are there too many dwarf movies? There's way too many dwarf movies. We have so many out nowadays. There's so many dwarf millionaires. We gotta knock us down a peg.
Did you ever go out on the audition for Snow White and the Huntsman?
I did. Yeah.
Did this happen to you? Because what happened to me is I got into the room with my sides.
Yeah.
I was going to read them. They're like, no, you don't need to read them. I'm like, but I really practiced them.
Yeah.
And I read, they're like, okay, you could read a page. And then they're like, what we're really going to do is take pictures of you. Our assistant's going to come and take pictures of like your shoulders, your arms, your legs.
Yep.
You know, and I was like, okay, this was weird. And then what happened with that is they hired stars,
Bob
and then
Hoskins.
they put our bodies on these people. And I thought that, I'm like, that's such a kick to the nuts, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
We can look at you, just not your face, and you can't speak. But you're an actor.
Yeah,
You've made it. Yeah, it's that balance of, well, people go like, yeah, but were you called elf, leprechaun, Oompa Loompa when you were growing up? And I go, yeah. I'd be okay if these roles didn't exist as long as there were other roles for us to do, but there's not. So this is what we got to do, and until that time, Dinklage is rare that hasn't really done those types of roles. But at the same time, he was in Game of Thrones, for God's sake.
Yeah, but he was in a role like that. He was in fucking movie. It's called, but he was like a gnome in one of the movies.
Oh, really? Well, he's also in the most offensive movie Too Little People ever made.
Tiptoes.
Tiptoes.
What's Tiptoes?
Oh, you have not seen Tiptoes?
I've not seen Tiptoes.
Jesus Christ!
It's terrible. It's terrible, but like
this is you will watch this movie. You will do 3 podcasts just on this movie. Okay,
really?
This movie stars Academy Award winners. It stars Gary Oldman, Matthew McConaughey, Kate Beckinsale, Patricia Arquette,
Peter Dinklage.
Wow, okay.
David Alan Grier.
All right,
and you're like, wow, it must be a great movie, right? So here's the plot.
Okay.
I'm so glad I get to tell this to you. So Matthew McConaughey is dating Kate Beckinsale.
Okay.
And they want to get married, and Kate Beckinsale says, "I'm pregnant," before they're married, and Matthew McConaughey's like, "Oh, now I'm worried because all of my family are dwarves."
Yeah.
Cut to Gary Oldman playing a dwarf.
Yeah.
And when I say
It's his fraternal twin brother.
Yeah.
Black dwarf.
No.
No, Gary Oldman is.
Oh, I was thinking Gary
black.
Coleman.
No,
Gary-
that would actually be like better.
I would love.
Gary Coleman was the other brother.
Yeah, that would have been way better because Gary Coleman was actually little. So here's what they did for.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Gary Oldman on his knees.
Gary Oldman on his knees
With shoes
on
like
the knees,
stapled to his knees,
or he's behind, like he's always behind something. So then they tied his arms back. So and he always wore coats. So like now his arms were little, but it's because his arms were tied back like that.
And they would have him running, like run.
I'm going
run
home
on your knees
and watching this.
It's on
tonight.
It's on Amazon Prime.
And they hired a bunch of little people
Yeah.
like to be in like some of the party scenes, and Kate Beckinsale's character was just kind of like, this is weird. Is our child gonna grow up to be this way?
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I can't even believe I haven't seen it, or I've heard the name Tiptoes, but I never seen it or any. This is wow.
Watch the preview of it.
I'm watching the whole movie.
First, you watch the preview. The preview looks like an SNL skit.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look like this can't be a real movie. The best thing about the preview is the voiceover actor goes, "And in the role of a lifetime, Gary Oldman
playing a little person."
And what did Peter Dinklage play? He played
God.
like an Austrian, right, or like a German.
Dinklage had an accent that changed about 3 times during the movie. Like
he sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger at one
was
point.
French, and then he came out and he was more he was like, and he was like an anarchist. Yeah, he was an anarchist dwarf. It was very weird. So he's in the most offensive movie about little people, ever made. And
do you
now,
think that might have scarred him like for life in the sense of like I don't ever want this to happen to anyone again?
Yeah.
So I want every role.
Yes, I want every role. I want no other little people to succeed. Yeah. See, like I don't know. I
can't believe you brought up Tiptoes. That's such a good one. That is a banger.
Tiptoes.
What
I can't wait. You will call me.
I'm gonna call both of
right
you
when
guys.
this movie's done, and you'll be like,
both of you guys.
There while you're watching it. There will be several scenes where you call us and go, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
It's not good either. It's like terrible.
Yeah,
no,
horrible.
It's horrible.
It's like a
horrible
shit
C+ movie.
C is average. Remember,
Yeah.
So it's not
I
C.
just like imagine like other little people being in the scene with them and like trying to like kind of like keep their composure when this guy's trying to act good on his knees.
Can
like,
you imagine?
I kept sorry, you got to cut. Man.
Yeah.
This
That's
is terrible.
not how we run.
That is not how we run.
That's not how we run. That's not at all. And like, but like
our legs bend, dude. Like our legs bend.
Yeah, Gary Oldman also like they didn't change anything about his head or whatever. So he's just got Gary Oldman's head. So he doesn't have like the Akon head or even the pseudo head or anything like that. He just has Gary Oldman's head.
That's why they invented AI and CGI now.
Yeah.
They're not going to ghetto do it the way they did in Tiptoes.
That was like super jerry rigged.
Yeah.
That was gorilla. That was gorilla. Gorilla that movie.
This movie was made in about, I think like 2004, 2005.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's like not like it was made, because a movie like this, you would think, oh, that was made in like the 60s when they were, I mean, obviously not with Matthew McConaughey, but like when they were doing like really horrible stuff with black people and still doing blackface and stuff like that. That's when you would think that movie would be made.
Yeah.
Nope. Recent.
Wow.
Recent.
I'm so excited right now.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe this. This has made my day just to hear it from both of you to go see it.
I wonder like you know how LPA is so Little People of America people how LPA is so against like little people working on roles where they're like degrading themselves, stereotypical roles, elves, trolls, leprechauns, whatever. I wonder if, like, when they saw that movie, like, did they have a say? Like, were they like, no, that's perfectly fine as long as it's not a real dwarf, we're okay. Like, because that's
greenlit it. They greenlit it.
Oh
like,
man,
it's on. Go for it.
There's one scene where Gary Oldman is trying to get back with his ex-girlfriend, who is played by Bridget the Midget.
Oh,
so she's in there too.
Wait, now we're getting some real actors.
Yeah, some experience.
Some experience actors.
So, and then like her characters.
She is.
I'm losing it right now. I'm just thinking of this scene. So, Bridget's character's boyfriend in the film is an average sized guy, and he has a fight scene with Gary Oldman as a dwarf,
like on his knees. Yeah.
And it's the most ridiculous. Like, you see him like kind of get down low to be on Gary's size and be like, and then he just like falls over for no reason.
Oh,
it's the greatest, and by greatest I mean the absolute worst.
Okay, stop now, guys. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to have to bring you back on so we can just fully discuss it and break it down.
I will come back.
I will break it down.
I've broken down this movie on 2 different podcasts. I will break it down on a third.
Do you think for like award winners like Gary Oldman, Patricia Arquette, fucking Matthew McConaughey, you think these guys are like super proud of this movie?
Absolutely not.
So they don't talk about it.
I would imagine.
Oh yeah, remember me back when I was on my knees?
Yeah, Gary Oldman's worst nightmare would be to have like a first class ticket and he sits down and then one of us sits down next to him.
I was already while you were saying that I was like, Punch. I think we need Gary Oldman on the couch.
Get him on the show and we can just all drill him.
We need Gary Oldman on the couch.
That would be, because like in Tosh.0, they had
pop up behind it.
They have web redemption.
Yeah.
That would be Gary Oldman's redemption. It's he has to come on your podcast.
Yes.
Sit here.
He's got to be serious.
With his legs fully extended so we can tell he's not a dwarf.
Yes.
His legs are fully extended, but he still has the shoes glued to his knees.
Right on his knees.
It sounds like
a
a joke.
I didn't know what to expect.
Yes.
If anybody out there in internet, wherever world, knows how to contact Gary Oldman,
please
let him know he has been discussed and an open invitation is out there for this show.
Yeah,
for that episode.
We'll even hit him up with like a little airplane midget fucking Tito's bottle.
Yep, he's get the little midgies. He can have anything off our mini bar.
I love that. Absolutely. And here's the thing. We could play it like the sketch from Jackass where you guys were at the bar and all the dwarves just keep running in.
Oh, yeah.
Which I still think is one of the greatest, literally, not just like dwarf sketches or Jackass sketches, just comedy sketches.
Oh, yeah.
That scene is so goddamn funny.
Because it's like the funny part is like the average size people going, what the fuck is
It just
happening?
keeps going, too. You have the cops, and I mean, obviously you were there. But like, so like we have to do something like that with Gary where like just other little people come in. Your producer will not be the producer that day. We'll have a dwarf producer. We'll have even though there's mics all around, there'll be a dwarf holding a boom mic. It'll be like, like the whole thing will just be all little people.
We'll pick him up in a mini pony chariot.
Shetland ponies.
Yep, he gets ridden in here.
And that's how you will be forgiven of your sins, Gary Oldman. Is if you come in here on this podcast and face the music. By the way, kudos to you guys for not calling your podcast Small Talk. I really appreciate that.
It's just it has lull, and it's a revolution. We're changing the world.
It is.
Yeah, by two midgies.
Yeah,
two midgies are about to change the world.
Question with midgies or midgets.
Sure.
How do you feel about that word? Like, what is your take? Because I watch your stand-up. I love your stand-up, and you drop it a lot, but it's. I feel like
it's my word.
Yeah, no, it's a good. I think it's if it's done well, it works. Yeah. It makes a joke better.
Me personally, with that word, for me, it's all about context. Because I've been called a dwarf in a context that was way worse. I was in Odessa, Texas. I did a show. There was a heckler, and we went back and forth. And I eventually kicked him out, and he's out. And then I finished the show. And then me and the other comic, we get done with the meet and greet, and we're going to get back in our car and drive back to the hotel. As we're getting into our car, literally like a scene from a movie or a show, you see the headlights turn on from the pickup truck.
Oh my God.
And a guy has his head out the window of the pickup truck and just yells out, "Kill the dwarf!" And they start driving at us.
No way.
And me and it's this comic named Carlos Cody, and we hop in the car, we jump in the car, and he just guns it, and we eventually lost him.
Wait, there was a chase?
There was a chase.
So you guys were going at it for a little bit.
Yeah. We were circling around the parking lot, and then and we didn't even know this trick, so now I see it in other movies, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of what we did. We circled the parking lot, and it was like a dirt parking lot, so a bunch of dust came up, and then take off, and then the guy was kind of lost. But he actually yelled out dwarf. The dwarf part didn't offend me. It's the kill the.
Yeah,
kill the dwarf.
Yeah, the kill the dwarf. That part offended me. So for me, it's all about the context.
Absolutely.
If someone's saying it to be hurtful, then the fact they're saying it to be hurtful is bad to me.
I think any word could be like that. It could have that same effect, depending on like how
you can make up slurs for dwarfs. If anyone ever called me a peck from Willow, to me, that's way more offensive than midget.
What's up, peck?
Yeah, if someone called me a peck, that's like, oh, that one kind of stung.
Well, now you're going to hear that one.
Yeah, I know.
People are going to see it, and you're going to be at your show, and they're going to be like, oh, there's Brad the Peck.
Brad the Peck. Dude, so, I made the mistake.
Oh, God, that sounds
awful. So I did a show in Montreal, Canada, and a guy came to my show with a box of Lucky Charms, and he wanted me to sign it, and he walked up the stage during the show. He was really intent on this happening. Mid-show, he just walks up with the box of Lucky Charms. He's like, I really want you to sign this, and I'm like, what are you doing? Going to Ronnie Chang's show with a rice bowl? Like, what the fuck are you doing? And he comes up and he does it, and I signed it, and then literally the next few shows, because I posted the video on my Instagram, this is funny. More people came with the Lucky Charms boxes, which is
started it almost.
All right, okay, I get it.
So, two things about the Jackass bar fight thing, and then another thing, the big hand, the one that I get bam with.
Mm-hmm.
when Bam comes through, I had to lure him, and I knew what to do. I used to call. He used to say to me, "Hey, what's up, midget?" To me.
Yeah.
So I would say it back to him at certain times, and he would kind of feel comfortable that it was a time that no pranks are going on. So when he was walking through with his breakfast burrito, and I saw him in the hallway, I was like, "Hey, what's up, midget?" And Paramount cut it out.
Oh,
really?
Because it said high five.
out.
You're like, hey, high five.
After that, but first to lure him down the hall, I said, "Hey, what's up, midget?"
Wow.
And I did it in the Bam voice too.
Yeah.
They thought it was Bam saying it to me.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
It's just it. There was and sometimes stuff like this, it will cost, because I think that's a good joke.
Yeah.
And it's part of it.
Yeah.
And it's how you got him in.
Yeah.
Now it's like, if Bam just sees you going like from 10, 12 feet away, hey, high five.
Oh,
Bam knows something's up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shit.
But the "Hey, what's up, midget" will always last.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah.
They brought back a show. Now, of course, I'm blanking on it, but I worked on it. It was one of these old game shows, and it was called To Tell the Truth, and the whole thing. Whatever. So part of the show, I get hired to essentially come on in between the contestants and roast the celebrity judges.
Okay.
And and what they did is they called the segment "A Little White Lie," because thank you. I thought it was good.
I think it's good. Too.
Anthony Anderson hosted. I would come out. He goes, and now it's time for a little white lie. So now I would like
walk through.
Yeah, I'd walk out, see the celebrity judges, and tell a lie about them. But it was just it was a roast joke, and killed in the room. Audience loved it. The celebrities loved it. We shoot, God knows how many episodes, like maybe like 12 episodes. 12 episodes. At the 12th episode, Standards and Practices comes up and goes, we feel a little white lie is pretty offensive. What? And I'm like, well, no, it's not. By the way, I'm the guy doing it. No, we're good. Like,
we're good.
We're fine.
Green light.
By the way, where's the lie? I'm little. I'm white.
Yes.
We're not doing anything like. And I broke it down to him so many ways, and at the end, he just kept doing the thing that I hate when people do, when you prove their argument wrong and they just go back to their original thing, where you would just be like, we just feel that it's way too offensive, and my whole segment was cut from the show. The whole segment.
Wow.
And that means paychecks. So, yeah. Gone. Like, you got whatever the SAG minimum was for showing up.
Yeah. Your day rate or whatever.
Day rate. But then any residuals, any bonus, all that gone.
Wow.
Plus screen time.
Yeah.
And all that gone because they thought me coming out doing roast jokes in the segment's called "A Little White Lie" was too offensive. God,
I wonder if a midgie lie would work.
Yeah,
he's coming. Okay, we're gonna catch you in a midgie lie.
Yeah. Now, frickin' they would hire Hugh Grant to do it.
Yeah, Hugh Grant would be perfect.
And he would come out doing orange face.
So,
motherfucker.
I got a reality question for you.
Ooh, reality question.
Yeah, real life.
Okay.
Remember the time we saw each other at Apple Pan?
I do.
And we both happened to be, Apple Pan's like one of the best burger spots.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, you've been there, Punch.
Yeah, nice.
So, Brad and I happened to just at different times be going there at the same time.
Yep.
I walk in, there's Brad. Brad's like, "Oh my God, this is so funny." I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "Well, I'm waiting for my wife."
Yeah.
And our wedding
planner or whatever.
To come. We're going to talk. We're meeting here. He goes, "Let's play a joke on my wife. I'm going to hide under the counter." And you go, "Hey, babe." She came in. Did not like the joke.
At all. She was terrified of it. She's like, "What's happening?
This is not funny. It's not Brad." And I'm like, "It's just a joke."
Oh my God. I do remember that. We are still married. We have procreated. But yes, because I just thought it'd be funny if not me, but also a dwarf is just like, "What's up, babe?" And then she's just like, "The fuck is that?" Like, she got angry. Which to me just made it funnier.
That, man.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Yeah, there's things like that, and I can only imagine anyone kind of like the people that are seeing you in Preston walking down Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, it's a game changer.
Anyone that sees us two hanging out is just like you guys hanging out.
For Pancho and I lately. People, I just tell them, buy lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Buy lottery tickets. You see us two in the same room?
Yeah.
Buy lottery tickets.
Yeah, that's the greatest day of your life.
Yep.
It's just a fun thing to do to people where they're like, whenever little people come to my shows, they're just in the audience trying to enjoy the show, and people will be sitting there like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean, what's going to happen? I'm going to do the show. It's not like, all right, you guys came to the show where the dwarves in the audience, confetti cannon, boom. Boom. Like, it's not that.
Unicorns are going to start flying through.
Yes, pigs fly, unicorns fly, dwarves on unicorns. It's going to be it's going to be amazing.
I always get like a weird like feeling like when like I'm at a show watching someone at a show, a friend or like just a comedian, and they say like a dwarf joke or a midget joke, and people get really quiet and silent, and they like look at me like for like the okay to laugh, like okay, yeah, you laugh, that was a good one.
It was a good one.
They're more offended about the joke than you are, and if I always feel that if it's a good dwarf or midget joke, dude, say it, because I don't want to take away from your fucking talent. That's fucking beautiful.
That's my philosophy. People ask me if dwarf jokes ever offend me, and I go, bad dwarf jokes do. Like if it's a horrible, just cheesy, crappy, whatever,
like
cheap pun.
If you didn't reach for that one, you don't get the claps.
Which is ironic because we can't really reach. Hey,
there
see, that's a good one.
That's why our wives are taller. They do the reaching for us.
Thank you.
That is true.
Oh yeah, we all have average size.
We all are average size. Average size.
Up top. Up top. Buddy.
You know the one with the big lady. Nope, all have big ladies.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, it's fantastic. Like I remember when I lived alone in an apartment, and there were cabinets in the kitchen where I'm like, well, that's not getting used. I'm not going to do it. Now all the space is being used. It's wonderful. You know, it's like I don't have to pull over a weird apparatus to help me like lift up to like get the thing that's in the top. We're good to go. So it's awesome.
Back when you were single, did you ever date a little person?
Yeah. I've got range, dude.
No, me too.
I've got range. Yeah, the shortest girl I ever dated was 3'7". The tallest girl I ever dated was 5'11".
Okay. Yeah, so I dated a girl that was 5'11" too.
6'2".
6'2". With heels?
With no.
Without heels.
She had Marfan?
Maybe she did. I didn't even know, dude.
6'2".
That's tall. That's tall for a woman, man.
That's tall in general. Yeah.
Yeah. I met her at a Starbucks, and she said she wanted me to be her teddy bear. And
so it was a fetish thing.
Hold on though. It was like right when we started doing Jackass the TV show, and I found a teddy bear suit in the wardrobe thing, and I dressed up as a teddy bear and went into her Starbucks. Did someone lose a teddy bear? And the place lost it.
So damn good.
Yeah.
So she said teddy bear, and you're like, I have access to a teddy bear outfit.
Yeah. I got this.
God.
Nailing it.
Wow, that is so good.
Fulfilled her dream right there.
Oh, totally.
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing people will ask, and they've probably asked you a version of this and you a version of this. It's like, oh, well, isn't it kind of offensive if like the woman is like fetishizing you and just wants to be with you because you're a dwarf? And I'm like, who loses in this scenario?
That is extra bonus points.
That's awesome. That means they really want to. Like this is their fantasy. You know,
I'm just here to fulfill
laid. It's great.
I was picked. I was the chosen one.
Yeah, I get there's certain messages that I can get online that always make me happy. The one that makes me the happiest, more than anything, is other male dwarves will write me and say, dude, I was at your show. There was a woman there. We went home together that night. And I'm like, yes.
Wow.
Yes, I love that, you know, because now I'm off the shelf, but whatever. If I could get, if I'm Magic Johnson, I'm just getting the assist.
You loved it too.
I'm just getting
totally
the assist.
Loved.
Steve Nash up there. Take it. It's great. That's the number one. It's happened like 4 times, and I fucking love it.
So when you dated or when you went on a date with a little person,
Yeah.
was it someone? Were you ever a part of LPA?
Yeah.
Oh, so you met an LPA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Was it a website through LPA, a dating site through LPA?
Dude, when you go to LPA,
Yeah.
you don't need websites or nothing.
No.
The
Oh, you don't.
conventions, dude.
Okay.
You just-
Conventions are made for hooking up.
My
what they're
buddy
there for.
told me about that.
That is what LPA is all about. You
when I
go
was
there,
single,
Yeah.
you better bring your cologne.
yeah, he told me it's like you got to go to these things. You'll be peeling the girls off you like
Yeah.
a banana. Man.
Yeah.
It's like an orgy.
Well, and
Whoa.
yeah, I mean, did you never go?
That's what he said. Like, no, I never went. I
never
went.
went.
Yeah, I never experienced.
Oh, your lady's got to give you a hall pass and then just go just for one time just to see what it's like.
But just going one day.
Yeah,
One day.
day.
One
just
day.
have
You
a-
got to give her a hall pass to something.
Yeah, exactly.
And she gives you a hall pass.
Yeah. So yeah, try thinking about that in your head. But
In my big head.
Yeah, exactly. But dude, so I broke it down because I've been asked by people all the time. They're like, "What? Like, why is that?" And I go, "Because the whole year we're different, and then in that week that of the convention, not only are you not different, you're hot. You're hot." I've never been hot. Like, I've never had people look at me and be like, hot guy. Like,
Yeah.
that's never happened. But that week, we're hot.
Yeah.
And the girls, too.
You're the Brad Pitt and Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston's of the night.
Yes. So people have a lot of fun. And it's fantastic. So, yeah, I used to go to the conventions. And, yes, I had I've dated little people. And people ask if I have a preference. I don't really have a preference. It's just like, you date the person and whoever, and that's great.
This guy, whenever I used to do a couple trips with him, and whenever I was with him, he was always the hot guy.
Oh, I mean, look at him.
But hold on, though.
But can I tell that story? Not that one, but the other one.
What the hell is that one? What did like?
Part of. I don't want to give away my joke.
I mean, what did the pedal fall off the car and that's how you had to drive? Is you were doing this? What the hell is this one? Is some lady jerking off two dwarves?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes, that
Oh.
went down.
Now
that
we're-
went down.
You want to talk about a woman that should have bought a lottery ticket? Oh
That's
my
what I
god!
meant. That's it.
She got doused in Lucky Charms.
No, but
Jesus!
I
All
was-
right, tell me this story.
Okay, I was
need
with this guy on a trip, and literally we're coming back to the hotel after working.
Wait,
and-
Punch, you got to tell. He wants to hear.
I want that
He
one.
wants the ski trip. He
Okay,
wants
okay,
the ski
so
trip.
the ski
I gotta
trip
have
one.
that one.
The ski trip one. We went on a trip together for Anheuser-Busch. He was
Okay.
sponsored by Monster. He convinced them to bring me with him.
Yeah.
And
What's better than one dwarf?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need my
And
side
we went
of
on the
it.
trip,
I need my side
and
of it.
basically it was Mardi Gras time, like in
love
New
it.
Orleans, and we're out there partying. We end up hooking up with these two smoking hot Hooters girls.
God bless 'em.
Because of him. And then at the end of the night, we all hop into a back of a taxi. Mm-hmm. Now it's me, my girl,
Yeah.
him, and his girl.
Yes.
Now his girl just passes out right away. My girl slides her hands down my pants and just starts giving me a hand job.
Wonderful.
Right? And so after
God
after
bless
we
her.
dropped, yes, God bless her.
Yeah.
After we dropped them off, I tell them, I'm like, dude, we brag. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, my girl just gave me the most amazing hand job. He's like, oh, I know. I'm like, what? Were you watching? He's like, no, she was giving me one too.
Greatest story I've ever heard.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
and then,
And you didn't know?
no, I didn't know. It was
I
dark.
knew.
It was really
I
dark.
knew.
You knew.
I knew.
But the funny thing is, his girl that he was hooking up with all night is just passed out in the car on the other side. Just like,
Holy shit. That is wow.
no, she
Oh.
knew what she was doing. This
Yeah,
girl.
That
she
you-
she probably roofied her friend to make her pass out.
I mean,
so she
holy
could-
God.
yeah.
I mean, you know what? If heaven exists, when this woman gets to the pearly gates and they're like, we're going to judge you on all the things. Oh, you jerked off two dwarfs? Yes, you're in. You're in. You're in. Doesn't matter. No, I don't care. I don't care you killed that toddler.
And
You're
then,
in.
And then the next day, we go to her restaurant.
Okay.
And she's a hostess.
Yeah.
And this guy just thinks it's hilarious, and he says to her, she's sitting us down. He's like, "Hey," and this is the way he words it, not to like kind of make it vulgar.
No,
he's
I said it like this.
He's like, "Hey, do you remember last night when you were rubbing the inside of Poncho's leg?" And then she turns beet red. He's like, "But you were rubbing the inside of my leg too." she's just bright red. He's like, that was awesome, dude. We all start laughing about it. It was cool, but it was what a moment, bro.
What a champion this woman is.
Yeah,
first of all,
she's a keeper.
You're in public and not because God bless her for being the lady that does a public HJ in general, let alone to like go be like, you know what? You're only young once. Let's.
She hit the slopes and she went skiing.
She definitely did.
Wow. And you didn't know?
No, it was dark. I was just
You must have a heck of a, I want to say poker face, but it's a different kind of face.
Well, I don't really get jerked off in taxis too much. I was just like, dude, this is like something I can brag about. Like, damn, dude, I got jerked off in a taxi.
You are bragging about it.
You are bragging about it. And all right, so we need Gary Oldman and we need that woman.
Those are the guests we need now.
Those are the next guests for this podcast. And if that woman, I don't know if she'll be triggered if she sits down in between you guys. I don't know if like she'll have to sit on the chair over there or something just so nothing happens and your ladies don't get mad. But that's the great that story makes my heart happy. It does. That is a champion. She doesn't have to donate to charity the rest of her life. She's fine. She's done. She's done the Lord's work.
Oh yeah, man.
In a taxi. Where was that on Taxi Cab Confessional?
I think my tag in that joke is that is some next level inclusivity. Right
yes,
there, probably the closest she ever got to the Special Olympics.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how they can actually get people to watch the Special Olympics. If that was an event, the little rub and tug, oh my god! And like, because the hand movement's got to be so quick, and so
it's very.
And the taxi driver, did he went New Orleans.
He went with it.
Okay, so do you think he knew what was happening?
If he did, good for him. If he didn't, oh well.
Hey, if he did, he's got a story.
Oh yeah,
that's it. He's like, no, now I'm never gonna get into a car accident because this cab has been blessed by God.
I wonder if I wonder if the girl was like bragging to her friend the next day and was like, "Oh man," she's like, "Man, I fell asleep. I passed out. Like total party.
What happened?
I didn't even get to hook up with Weeman, you know." And her girlfriend's like, "I did,"
and his friend.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hilarious if she's like, "Last night I jerked off Peter Dinklage and Brad Williams." You'd be like, "Oh no, that was the other two. It was the other two." Oh, I love this story. How is like this is just your whole that could be your whole hour.
Yeah.
That's an hour special, just that one story. My God.
I went skiing with two midgets.
Yeah. You know, you've heard of the bunny slopes. Okay.
That's good.
What's
think
of
that.
Yes.
Bunny slopes.
Come on, man. That's why
every time I'm with you, I get a good tag.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
What like the other one? You said you had another story. There's no way it tops that. You said you had two.
The other one's it's a fun one, but you could tell the other one when we're walking back to the hotel the other time on another trip.
Oh yeah, we were walking back to the hotel. I'm just like, and we get back to the hotel, and I swear to God, one of the hot. She looked like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Okay,
like that hot.
Yeah.
She starts running from the bar, the hotel bar, towards us, and I don't know what's happening. And then she grabs him and she goes, "You're coming with me," and he looks at me. He's like, "Well, Pancho, I guess I'm going to sleep for the night."
No, I said, "Good night, Pancho. See you in the morning. Sweet dreams," or something like that.
I'm like, "Great, I'm jerking off."
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. That's the thing that I try to describe to people when they're like, "Hey, so like, were women on the road? Were they like fetishes, whatever?" And I go, "Yeah." They go, "What's the like?" Here's the thing with a woman with a fetish or a bucket list or something. You don't have a choice. It's happening. That is their dream. Yeah. That is what they've focused on.
It's on.
It's on that night. They
heard.
Yep.
You're in town.
Yep.
They found you.
They're there for a reason.
And
she must have been waiting at the bar and going, "Okay, I know he's saying at
it's
this
our hotel.
When is he coming? When and then she's seen you, her eyes lit up, and bam.
When is he coming? And then when is he coming?
Yep. Good night, Punch.
Well done.
What did you said? The way you said it before was the quote I said that was a good one.
I don't know.
Like, see you you in the morning.
I remember seeing you the next day, and I was like, "So how was it?"
See you tomorrow.
Well done. So now, have you guys ever been with dwarf women before?
I have before.
Yeah?
I've been with 2 before. You know, and
You had a twosome?
Yeah, one was a date. And
See,
the other
I
one was
didn't call it
like,
a threesome. That's the joke.
Yeah.
One was
Okay.
a date, and the other one was just a random hookup.
Really fun person.
Yeah, really.
Well
fun.
done. That's awesome.
Yeah, it never went any further. I mean, but I never had any growing up. You know,
You've
there was
never
any around.
been with
I
a
think you
dwarf
have,
woman.
and there's something you're hiding. Come on.
How can I hide anything now after all these?
He just
hours?
admitted getting jerked off in a cab. He's not gonna not say
Yeah,
it
what
because
am I hiding?
Yeah.
You never have, like, out of all
I've
the
gone
girls
on
that have
dates-
thrown themselves at
I've
you,
gone
there's
on
never
dates
been.
and stuff.
Yep.
But never took it to the next level.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
So a little
and I
make
went-
out, a
I
little
went-
kissy,
Maybe a little kissy.
a little kiss.
Yeah,
on
there
the,
you go.
Kissies I've done, but I've gone on dates with girls, like little people girls. I went out with a couple hot ones too.
Yeah.
Because there was this, right when Jackass got hot, I went to a couple LP conventions.
Sure.
And like you said, you're the hot dude. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was the battle, and I was like, oh shit. And I went, and I'm like,
Man.
and I was like, am I doing this because I'm a little person, or what am I doing this for? And it was in my early 20s, and I was like, I was confused, so I jumped ship right away.
When you were at that LPA convention, did
Yeah.
you ever have maybe 2 or 3 walk up to you at once?
Oh yeah.
What,
They
like
throw it at you?
Yeah.
What, like trench coat style, like one on top of the other?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I was
We've heard
on
you
a-
like average sized women. This is the closest we could get.
I was on the dance floor.
Wow.
The dance floor every night
At an LPA.
at an
At an
LPA
LPA
convention is just, if heaven exists, that's what it is.
That's like the happy place for
Yes.
somebody.
I will tell people, the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life was at an LPA convention on the dance floor. They started playing Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping. And the song, of course, we all know, I get knocked down, I gotta get... So...
I don't know this song. Do you know this song, Punch?
You know that song? I get knocked down, but I get up
Oh,
again.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
one.
know what the name of it was. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Tub Thumping. So, when the song starts, I see this one dwarf, I don't know his name, he gets everyone to go to the edge of the dance floor, and then right before he has everyone run towards the middle, and right at I get knocked down, everyone runs into each other and falls over.
Shut
But
up.
as a comedy,
Yeah.
as a bit, and I watched this happen, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen
Was
in
this?
my life.
Did he orchestrate this dance routine?
Yes.
he did.
Yes,
and
people
it happened.
people went with it.
Oh my!
But that's something that happens like at not punk rock shows.
Wedding, like you see it at wedding,
Yeah.
like receptions and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It does happen.
No,
Yeah.
a buddy of mine was showing me he went to this crazy death metal fucking concert.
Now you're
and
speaking his language.
Basically,
What?
Yeah.
and basically
Slower.
the band starts singing a song and then they stop and everyone that's in the mosh pit separates and they turn the lights off.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
then everyone
Yeah.
run, and then the dude just starts going crazy and singing. And
Oh,
as
wow.
they're turning the lights back on, these people are running at each other.
Oh,
full
that-
speed.
Wow.
That sounds like a dwarf nightmare.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
a-
I
that
was
is
about
a
to
dwarf
say.
nightmare.
I've been in mosh pits, but not anymore.
Me neither. I'd sit in the seats right above the whole mosh pit and stuff.
Yeah.
I watch now. I'm like, you're good. Everything.
It's
you're
good people watching though.
Yep, it is.
The darndest thing I ever saw, damnest thing I ever saw, I was at a Slipknot show, and I saw a guy take off his hoodie. He lights the hoodie on fire. He takes out a lighter, lights the hoodie on fire, starts twirling the hoodie around his head in the mosh pit. He hit another guy, and then the other guy got lit on fire.
What?
So he's on fire now, and then the mosh pit starts kicking him out, and I'm just like,
Jesus.
all right, I'm gonna stay up here. I'm not
Yeah.
going in the I'm not going in the Slipknot mosh pit. Yeah, cause like you like metal shows and
Yeah,
stuff.
I used to go in the mosh pit all the time. One of the last times I went in, it was all wet on the floor. I slipped, fell,
Yeah.
cut my chin open, my teeth
Yeah.
shut cracked, and I was just bleeding down. And I went up to this chick, and I just rubbed all my blood, my chin blood, all over her white shirt.
Well, I mean, if she's at a death metal show, she probably was like, "Ooh, blood of the dwarf, the last ingredient." Now I can finally make my potion. Well, yeah, there comes to a point where, hey, man, we age out.
Yep,
we're like,
we
you know what?
Out.
Not for us anymore. Yeah. It's all right.
I like sitting and enjoying the shows now and leaving without a bad hangover, feeling good, not sweaty, drenched in my clothes.
Yeah, you have your shoes.
All your shoes, yeah.
I've definitely lost shoes at a Pennywise show before.
Oh, yeah.
I love Pennywise.
Yeah.
We all love Pennywise.
Come on, yeah.
Come on, Fletcher. Come on,
Fletcher.
Fletcher would be a great.
He's a buddy of mine.
I'm trying to get him on the show.
Fletcher's a friend of everyone, I feel.
Yeah, he's a friend of everybody.
That guy's awesome.
We need Fletcher right here.
Absolutely.
Because we have stories with him.
Talk about the two extremes. You guys talking with Fletcher.
Yes.
Fletcher's a big dude, man.
He's a huge dude.
That is great.
Yes.
Yeah, there was one mosh pit at a Pennywise show. I lost both my shoes. I lost my Nokia phone, to give you an idea of how long ago it was. And I lost my watch. Yep. And my keys. Had to call my dad. And my dad came and picked me up, and I was just like,
I got nothing, Dad.
Yeah, from the Long Beach Convention Center.
Oh wow!
And I remember that very fondly.
Is that where you're from, Long Beach?
I'm from Fullerton, California,
Fullerton.
which is right next door. So I'm an OC boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now he's a Valley kid.
You know, funny story.
He'll be an LAX boy.
Yeah, being El Segundo.
Funny story about getting called the other dude. I was at a comedy show, and this dude came up to me and was like, no, it was a restaurant. It was a restaurant. I was at a restaurant with my wife. We're holding hands, waiting to be seated.
Yeah.
This guy comes up to me, and he says, he's like, hey, man, I don't want to bother you, but I just want to tell you that, like, I saw you at the Irvine Improv 2 weeks ago, and you were fucking hilarious, bro. He's like, that bit that you do about your Asian baby is priceless. And I'm holding my wife's hand. And I'm like, I didn't have
the wife like,
I'm like, I've never been to Irvine, so it's just like, what a funny moment, because he was just so like serious, like he was like,
and you almost like don't want to
like,
tell him
seriously
I'm not
grateful, you know,
Yeah.
like, and I was just like, it was just one of those moments. I'm like, great.
Wonderful.
Now I'm getting called fucking Brad Williams.
Now your wife is just like, so secret family, what do you got going on? We don't have any Asian dwarf babies.
What's your Asian dwarf baby's name?
yeah, exactly.
But it was a funny moment.
By the way, why did you get the jackass symbol on your wrist? I'm sorry if you already told me.
I don't wear, my wife and I don't really wear wedding rings because we lose them all the time.
This is the best story ever.
Our first date we ever went on was the Jackass 3 movie. Went and saw Jackass 3. She was the only one like on the Broadway show that would go watch it with me.
Okay.
She was like, I'll go watch it. And it happened the next day happened to be her birthday. So we went to the Jackass movie, and we were thinking of something to get since we don't wear wedding rings.
Yeah.
So we got that, and then the date on there is when we got married.
I mean, it's a sweet story, but it's just like, as a little person who has been frequently mistaken for Weeman,
who has the Jackass tattoo?
I have it on my wedding hand.
Why would you get the Jackass tattoo? Like, I get it, but at the same time,
I like it. I think it's
of
rad.
course.
Yeah, that's all I can say behind it. You know, like, but you're right. Why would I get something like that? You know, like after like now they're gonna be like, it's not him. Wait, he's got the
tattoo.
Dude.
It's got to be him. Oh man. So, has anyone gotten any tattoos like of your face on them?
Okay, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So I've seen some really, like, I have done tattooed right here.
Okay.
And I got him done by a guy who knows how to do portraits.
Love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's done. You can tell.
Yeah.
Well, people have gotten us tattooed. Even my buddy, Big Island Mike, he has me tattooed on him. And I've seen some really good ones. Well, one lady came one time to my Chronic Tacos when I had the one in Redondo.
Yep.
She's like, oh my God, I'm so excited you're here. I have the Wild Boys tattoo on me. And I go, the Wild Boys? She goes, yeah, you, Steve-O, and Chris. And I go, no way. So I pull out my phone. She has it on her back calf. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. And I snap a photo.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell who was Chris, who was Steve-O, or who was me.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
I posted it.
Yeah.
And it got like people were just dissing it. It was horrible. It was horrible. And I was like, oh my God, she has it on her forever.
Forever.
And I can't believe that.
Yeah. I haven't gotten face yet. I've just hit the realm of some people are getting my signature tattoo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a good one.
That's cool. Whenever they're like, hey, sign my arm. I'm I'm like, I'm so careful. I'm just like, okay, let's make sure I get everything so I don't
make sure the pen works right.
Yeah, so I go too fast or whatever.
So it doesn't look like Wad Billiams.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why does that M have 5 loops?
Yeah,
it's weird. But yeah, that would be that would be a new one if anyone ever got the face, and it's on the back of her calf.
Yeah,
so she doesn't even see it.
She doesn't even see it.
Oh, so she didn't
I've tried to look for the photo. I have it on another phone, I think, or something. It is bad.
Did you post on your Instagram though?
I did. No.
Did she follow you on Instagram?
And I had to take it down within 5 minutes by how horrible the comments were. People were like, dude, read the comments. I'm like, oh,
this lady's blind if she thinks that's a good tattoo.
That would be the easiest, the nicest one.
No.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it'd be bad if people were tagging her like, hey, that's Brenda. That's her shitty ass tattoo. Because it's like, how many other people do you know that
who doesn't know that
Wild Boys? Yeah,
she gets around.
Yeah, we all know it in Redondo. Oh, Wild Boy Brenda. That's what we call her.
Wild Boy Brenda.
So great. That's so fantastic.
Hey, Brad, how long have you been doing stand-up for?
20 years.
20
This October will be 20 years.
So you were 19.
I was 19 when I started.
Wow.
Crazy. I've never done anything else. So, like when COVID hit.
Oh, you never had a normal job? Scooped ice cream?
Okay.
Mini bikes together.
All right. I've had 2 normal jobs.
That's what we wanted to hear.
Okay.
Normal jobs.
I've had 2. I've had 2 normal jobs. I worked at Disneyland because I'm an Orange County kid, and all Orange County kids work at Disneyland. No, not one of the 7. Not.
What'd you do?
I was the bodyguard for the characters, so I'd walk around with the guys in the suits. And
honey, little Timmy's running for Mickey, but we think he's gonna get tagged. Oh, don't worry,
don't
honey.
worry. Brad's got it. Forearm shiver right to little fucking Timmy's head. Protect Mickey at all costs. He signs my checks.
So you were one of the bodyguards.
Yeah, I was a bodyguard for all the characters. So that was fun.
All right.
And then my other one, the other one's funnier. This one's I'm not ashamed of, but it's all right. I worked at Hot Topic. I was a cashier, which, by the way, there's plenty of jackass stuff at Hot Topic.
Oh, totally.
So I've rung up plenty of shirts with your face on them.
Yep.
So that was back in the day. Yeah, I worked at Hot Topic. Now, back then I dressed pretty close to how I dress now, minus the hat. And I didn't get hired. You know, I got hired, so no tattoos, no piercings, no gauges, no weird hair color, nothing. They just saw me and like, dwarf, that's pretty weird.
Get him in here.
Yeah, get him in here.
That's weird enough.
Yep.
Which Hot Topic?
Brea Mall.
Brea Mall.
Yeah,
nice.
Brea Mall. You've been to that one.
Yep.
So yes, the Hot Topic at the Brea Mall. I worked there in like 2000 and like 2001 to 2003.
Yeah.
So is that where
you were definitely selling jackass stuff? Yep.
Is that where you were living in that area when you started stand up?
Yep. That's when I started, and I started going up at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. That was my very first set, where it was very obvious very quickly that it was my first set. And some guy came over. He's like, "Don't worry, man. I've been doing this open mic for about 9 years. Just do what I do, and you'll be fine." I'm like, "No, bro, you've been here for 9 years. I don't want to be here in 9 years.
I'm gonna do the opposite.
I want to do the opposite. Whatever you do, I'm doing that, and I'm doing the opposite of that." And
so was that like your open mic kind of? Like, is that what it was?
Yeah, that was my open mic, and then I just started. There used to be a website. This was the Comedian Bible. It was called chucklemonkey.com. I still remember it. It listed which, by the way, Chuckle Monkey sounds like a woman that just sleeps with comedians on the road. But anyway, the website just listed all the open mics in like every city all over the country. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you would just go be like, hey, I'm in Southern California, and it would break it down by days of the week. It was an open micer's Bible website.
Yeah,
and
they have that now. It's called Slotted.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, and it's like, and you can sign up to a bunch of different ones.
Nice.
And you get in the slot.
Good.
And it shows you all the ones. And
how things have changed.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, and now thankfully I'm not doing open mics anymore.
No, and when you were doing, is that when you hooked up with Carlos Mencia?
Oh, so he was on stage. This is before I even started doing comedy.
Okay.
I was at the Brea Improv, grew up in Orange County, Fullerton. So Brea Improv. Mencia's on stage. He's making midget jokes, and the audience that's sitting by me is doing what they do with you, not laughing. Just like, oh, no. But the other side of the room is just cracking up. And Mencia notices, and he's like, what's going on over here? He's like, what, is one of them here? And I just raised my hand in the air like, yep.
Could he see it?
I mean, I had to get on the chair, but yeah. And he was like, oh, one of them's here. Come up here. And he called me up on stage. And he started asking me questions, just general about my life. What do I do for a living? At the time, I was working at Disneyland. And so I just answered exactly. I answered the questions honestly, and the answers got laughs. I said, I work at Disneyland. The audience laughed. I turned and I said, fuck you, I'm not one of the 7. And then they laughed again. And then I'm like, oh, this is the shit. This is awesome. Yeah, this
got
is
the bug.
awesome.
You got
this
the bug.
Is awesome.
Nice.
Because it was a packed house, and everyone was laughing. So, yeah, I signed up for Laugh Factory open mic the next week.
That's awesome.
And that was, 20 years ago. Oh, it's weird to say 20 years ago.
And so would you would do the open mic once or twice a week?
Yeah. I mean, whatever open mics were around. And then that's the wonderful part about stand-up comedy is that there's no way to, like, cheat to get better. You just have to do it. Yeah. Like, you have to just go out and do those shitty open mic rooms, but
exactly.
They make you good.
I always ask my wife, I'm like, is this joke good? And she's like, go try it out. I'm like, shit.
Go to the ha-ha.
You never know who you're going to get.
Yeah. So it's the only way to get better. So, and now I'm getting like, cause I'll get messages from like young comics that say like, hey, I just started doing comedy. Like, what should I do? And I go, what are you doing now? And they're like, oh, I'm just going up to open mics, but I feel like I'm beyond that. And I go, no, you're not. Nope. And they're like, well, you haven't seen my set. Don't have to. You're not. Like, just keep.
No, it's true though.
Keep doing that, and you will be called up when
your time is come.
When your time is coming, when you are ready.
Oh, you will be at the Laugh Factory 9 years from now going,
yeah,
I've been doing this
just
for
do what I do, dude.
9 years, 24 years. I still remember some of those open micers. My favorite one was this guy. His name was Fancy Ray, and I found out later that he had been doing this open mic for like literally 15 years as the same character. He would come in, he would have a pink like metallic type shirt, unbuttoned completely except for like 2 buttons down here. And maybe back in his 20s this really worked for him, but now
15 years later,
nope, not working for him. He's got a little gut that's hanging over it, and then he would hairspray his hair up. He'd put glitter on his face. So he's got this pink thing. He would come out Fancy Ray, and after every punchline, which never got a laugh, he would say, "I am the best looking man in comedy." And after every time,
oh my god,
open mics are brutal.
He typecasted himself to stay right there in that type of character in that type of room.
Yeah. Yep,
absolutely.
Isn't it strange that you, as not a comedian, can look at that right away and just be like, "Oh yeah, no, that's not working.
Yeah,
that's not working.
No,
what are you doing?"
I can tell. Yeah. I have the eye because from skateboarding we have the eye where we can see things in the community that people don't see. So
sure, like I'm sure the same way comics, I can see a comic give a line like when they're early on, and even if the line doesn't get a laugh, I go, "You've got something." You've got the presence, you've got whatever premise you wrote. The premise is good. You haven't figured out the punchline yet.
You're gonna start putting it together.
Yeah, you're gonna start putting it together. I'm sure you see it with skating. You know, I'm sure you see guys are like, "All right, you're gonna get it."
Totally,
man.
Yeah,
I remember trying to learn how to skate when I was in junior high because everyone was calling me Pancho. Skating was big, and I was like, "All right, I'll be Pancho." And then I suck. Never. I I think I ollied like once. Like I suck.
Skateboarding was just one of those things you got to kind of stick with.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
it's either
comedy.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of things. It's a 10,000 hours. They're giving us the symbol to wrap it up.
No,
how
what
dare?
what they're saying is we don't mean to cut it short, but it's time to go, folks.
All right. I'll give a quick plug.
Okay, yeah. Do what you gotta do.
I just announced my 2024 tour, so go to bradwilliamscomedy.com. I've moved into theaters, everybody. So
Woo!
I'm no longer doing clubs.
Wow.
Doing theaters.
Congratulations on that,
yeah,
man.
buddy.
If you're in Los Angeles here, I'll be playing the Ace Hotel, the theater at the Ace Hotel in February, I think.
February.
So yeah.
Pancho and I will be in the audience.
Fuck, dude. I need you guys to bring me on.
Pancho and I will be in the audience.
Fuck yeah. I want that so bad. So yeah, bradwilliamscomedy.com. Get your tickets and keep supporting these guys because this is awesome.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on our show, man.
Thanks, Brad. Thank you.
Means a lot.
Thanks, Dev Noodle, for having us. It's been a great
Dev
show.
Noodles.
It's one of our best shows.
Three
absolutely.
dwarves on a podcast.
We just shut down the internet.
Go buy a lottery ticket. Let's go.